Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a blessed Sunday. I hope you guys are out there quarantining okay. I hope you guys are surviving. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are eating good. I hope you guys are exercising. I hope you guys are tending to your self-care and your well-being. So that is my wish for you. But it is Meal Prep Sunday today, so I'm going to get started on just what I'm going to be eating for the week, or at least I'm going to show you what are my meals that I'm going to be eating for the week. And I'm also going to take you on the journey with me as I prepare it. So what I'm going to be having is tomato basil soup, and it's going to be a high protein, low carb, also going to be a vegan recipe, tomato basil soup. So I'll show you guys my ingredients. Well, before I go there, so what I'm actually doing right now is I'm really just trying to kind of get myself back on track. I'm going to start tracking my calories again. I'm going to start tracking what I'm consuming with MyFitnessPal. And those of you guys who know me know I love MyFitnessPal. It is such a great tool, especially if you are on a weight loss or weight gain, strength gaining, just whatever your goal is. Like, to track all your food, all your calories, if you know, what your macros need to be. It is such an amazing tool. Let me show you guys my ingredients before we get started. So I got some tomatoes right here. I got 4 pounds of Roma tomatoes. I'm going to be doing some organic vegetable broth, goes in it. I got the low sodium kind. You can get the regular kind if you want to. I prefer low sodium. I'm going to be using extra virgin olive oil. The recipe that I saw called for avocado oil, but I'm going to just go with the olive oil because that's what I got. And avocado oil, it can be pricey. I have some opal basil right here. I got tofu, extra firm. It is going to be pureed into the soup, so you probably don't even have to get the extra firm. You could probably get like the silken kind if you want, or just like the firm, or just regular. It doesn't have to be extra firm, but that's just what I have on hand, so that's what I'm using. All right, we got some sriracha. And we have some seasonings here. I have some Himalayan fine pink salt. The recipe called for monk fruit sweetener. I'm not sure why, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to overpower it, so I'm okay. I think tomato soup, I think savory. Some ground black pepper, some dried oregano leaves, and some crushed red pepper. That's what's going to go into this meal prep. So also what you will need is, you just need a pot for the stove, just a big pot to put all that in. And once you get ready to puree it, you'll also need either an oven to roast your tomatoes in advance, or you can't see it over here, but I have, you can see it, okay. I have my air fryer, so I'm actually just gonna do it that way. I'm just gonna do like 2 batches in the air fryer for like 10 minutes each at 350, or you can cut them up, put it on a sheet pan in the oven, and roast it for about 20 to 30 minutes at 350 degrees. And that would be in the oven. So, other than that, also you will need a blender. I have a Ninja blender, but I'm not going to use that. What I do have, that I got a couple of weeks ago that I'm so excited to use. What is this inside of here? It's an immersion blender. This is just the bottom portion of it. The handle with the plug is somewhere around here. But anyway, so if you have an immersion blender, or you have a larger, just regular size blender, you can use that as well. So yeah, all right, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is prep all my food, cut it up, make sure that it's ready to go. So then it's just like you're adding ingredients, you're adding ingredients, you're adding ingredients. And that is the best advice that I can give you really when you're meal prepping, is to get your ingredients, know what they are, measure them out, cut stuff up. Just get stuff ready to go, to like, boom, that's in the pan. Boom, that's in the pan. Boom, that's in the pan. Because, I mean, we want to work smarter and not harder. And you don't be sitting up here, you got onions trying to get translucent on the stove for 2 minutes, and then, you got to go cut sweet tomatoes. It's just not right. Okay guys, so I'm back like I said. Um so I just went ahead and prepped my food, so I'm gonna just show you guys really quick what that looks like. Okay, so those are my 4 pounds of tomatoes. I split them into two for the air fryer. Oh, let me clean the camera, y'all. Okay. Hold on. Anyway, so those are my 4 pounds of tomatoes. I split them in two. I cut them into fours. I drizzled some olive oil on them, and again, I'm gonna put them in the air fryer at 350 for about 10 minutes for each of them or whatever. And again, if you don't have an air fryer, you can definitely utilize the oven. Put in the oven at 350 for like 25 minutes or so, somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. How about that? All right, so that, and then I got my tofu all prepped and ready to go. I just cut up 1 block of tofu, just cut it up into some small pieces. There goes my basil. You need about 2 tablespoons or so of fresh basil. Right over in here, these are my, wait, let's start here. This is my vegetable broth. I got which, yeah, vegetable broth should typically be vegan. Anyway, I got the low sodium kind. You can get the regular kind. Here's my extra virgin olive oil. That's just what I use to drizzle over my tomatoes. Again, the other recipe called for avocado oil, but I don't think it really mattered like that. Anyway, 2 cups of vegetable broth here. Here are my seasonings. So it called for half a teaspoon of red pepper, those red pepper flakes. I went ahead, I like a little bit spicier, so I went with like 1.5 teaspoon instead. Oregano leaves, it calls for 1 teaspoon of oregano leaves, and it calls for 1 tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener. So if you don't have a measuring spoon for tablespoon, you can use one of those. That is a tablespoon, that's a teaspoon. Or if you need to equate teaspoon to tablespoon, use 3 teaspoons and it'll get you 1 tablespoon right there. Here's the organic sriracha. I have not you don't have to have organic sriracha, excuse me, I was just reading the label, but you do not have to have you don't have to have organic sriracha, but it calls for 1 tablespoon. Maybe that'll just depends on how spicy you like it, so definitely maybe start off with 1 tablespoon, and you know, right along with that red pepper, you can just kind of season to taste or whatever, add a little more, add a little less, but yeah, I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon. And then here is just your Himalayan fine pink salt. Again, I'm just reading the label. You can use regular salt, you can use iodized salt, it don't matter. I'm using Himalayan salt. That's usually just what I buy. And just ground black pepper. Anyway, so those are just going to be used, you know, kind of at the end, just to season to taste, just to kind of get it to your liking. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. So I'm gonna get these potatoes roasted. I'm gonna get this on the stove, warmed up, ready for those tomatoes and all the other ingredients. And I'm gonna show y'all what all that looks like once I've combined everything together in the pots. Don't judge my pot. My other ones are being used. So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all what all that looks like once it actually gets into the pot, and then I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you how I blend it up. Again, if you don't have a hand blender, you will then need to just, you know, anyway, y'all gonna get that on the next video. Bye. Okay guys, so just really quick, I wanted you guys to see how beautiful those tomatoes look like air fried. This is the first batch, so I'm gonna get the second batch going, but okay, y'all, so my tomatoes are done. Sorry, I got my headphones on because, like, in between the recording and just prepping stuff, I'm just listening to Beyonce, you know. So the tomatoes are done, and I'm gonna just show you what that looks like, and I'm gonna go ahead and just slide everything else on in. That sounded weird. Let's take a look. So those are the tomatoes, the 4 pounds of roasted tomatoes that I roasted in the air fryer, in the 2 cups of vegetable broth. I got low sodium, like I said, you know, you just want to limit that salt intake sometimes. So yeah, so there's that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put everything else in here, really. So, tofu, basil, seasonings, red pepper, oregano, monk fruit sweetener, sriracha. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Again, it calls for a tablespoon, but you can do as much as you want. Now I'm just going to mix it all up and just kind of let that sit for a little bit. Kind of let that cook some until it's time to blend. Yeah. All right, you guys. So you'll see my light in the background. Anyway, let me turn this way. So there we go. All right, so I pretty much put everything in and I just kind of let it cook for a little bit. Also, guys, I put some garlic in mine, maybe about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, because I mean, I was just shocked that the recipe didn't call for garlic, and I don't know, I think I just add garlic to everything. So I did add like 2 teaspoons of minced garlic to mine. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like after it's just kind of been cooking and it's cooked down a little bit. So oh, I turned it on low too. It was just higher a little while ago, but so that's what it looks like. The tomatoes, the tofu, the broth, you know, all that, seasonings. So I'm getting ready to hook up my immersion blender and we're gonna start blending and just pureeing this into a creamy soup. Look at that tofu, just got real soft. So yeah. Okay guys, so this is my immersion blender. I got it from Amazon. It's Lava brand. It actually comes with 2 attachments. It comes with the blender attachment. It also comes with a whisk attachment. It also comes with like a chopper that you actually use this thing for. It's like a container for like chopping like onions and I don't know, garlic and stuff. I have yet to use it, but yeah, I got this off of Amazon. I have used it one time to make a ginger sweet potato pureed, plus butternut squash pureed soup. It was so good. First of all, I just love this thing. Love it, love it, love it. If you are still transferring, you know, your soups to the blender to blend them and puree them and all that handling back and forth and hot liquids, yeah, we live in a new day and age and you can never have too many kitchen appliances, so I suggest you get an immersion blender, quick, fast, and in a hurry. It will make your life so much better, easier. You could just blend it right in the pot. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna show y'all. Like, yeah, here, let's see if I can multitask. Oh, it has like 5 speeds or something. Honestly, I really don't even think I know how to use this thing still. It was kind of weird, but hold on, y'all. Okay, let me turn the camera around. Hold on. Okay, so just gonna get it in here. You kinda gotta be careful. You gotta make sure that it stays below the liquid, because it will squirt out on the sides and things. So like that. And you don't want it coming up out the pot. I really don't know how to use this thing, y'all, but I will get it all pureed. Okay, guys, so I figured out how to use it for real, right? Okay, so you know, I don't want to hold it at an angle so that it's not like just down, just at the bottom of the pan, because it will just kind of like suction to that area of the pan, and it's really not gonna, get anything under there. So you just kind of have to hold it at an angle. And then this is the 5 speed. So depending on how hard you're pushing that right there, it's gonna light up, right? So we're here right now. I'm at 2. Go a little harder. 3. Go a little harder. Alright, speed. 4. Okay guys, so this is the final project, and I'm just gonna kind of like scoop through to show you there's like no major chunks. I did taste it already. It is super duper creamy. It's definitely, it's kind of spicy. Again, I used extra red pepper flakes, and I also used a little more sriracha than the recipe called for, but again, I like my stuff spicy, especially because you know, I love eating spicy foods, especially when I'm eating vegan foods, because it really just makes it taste that much better. You're so much more fulfilled, I guess you can say, when you're eating spicy foods. And I am not going to be eating this with anything else. It's literally just going to be the soup. So that's another thing why I kind of like it spicy. It helps me feel more satisfied when I'm eating my meals. So yeah, so I am going to go ahead and get this prepped in my meal prep containers, and I will be eating this for lunch and or dinner with the T, dinner for the next few days. And I will probably my second largest meal for the day is going to be just some salad, just a green salad with probably some plant-based meat substitute or something, and then for breakfast I'm going to be having just my regular smoothies, and I'll have a video on that, just kind of what I like to put in my smoothies. Again, I'm trying to keep it low carb. Again, I'm trying to keep it vegan for the next 4 weeks, so hopefully here, y'all ain't gonna see me stir the whole time. So hopefully, here, let me get the good lighting. So hopefully, yeah, you guys gonna get to see a glimpse of that, a glimmer, shimmer of all that. And yeah, I hope to really get some results in the next few weeks. Just again, me mapping out that meal plan, staying consistent with what I'm eating, making sure I'm staying within my macros is what really helps me. Like, you know, I could try to freestyle it all day, but freestyling it majority of the time kind of, I mean, you know, it's okay, it's cool to freestyle here and there, but when I'm freestyling it, and when I go too long freestyling it, let's say that when I go too long trying to freestyle, that's when I start falling off track. That's when here comes the, oh, it's just one candy bar, oh, it's just one slice of pizza, oh, it's just you know, it's just In-N-Out burger with fries, animal stuff. It's just a couple drinks. So yeah, now, so I'm gonna map it out, gonna get my whole life again, and that's okay, because you know, I know what it takes. I know it takes hard work, I know it takes commitment, but you know, it's in my mind. It's in my mind, and as long as I keep revisiting what's in my mind, I'm gonna get back on track. Anyway guys, thank you for joining me for this video, and I will catch you guys next week. I'm gonna show you guys, you know, another one of my meal preps next week, and we'll just go from there. So stay blessed, stay steadfast, stay hopeful, stay prayerful. Check on your friends, check on your family during this quarantine time, guys. Like, it's no joke, you know. People's strengths are being tested, people's faith is being tested. You know, people's just, you know, their mental, their psychological, it's just all being tested right now. And you know, we got to be there for each other. We got to support one another. We got to lift each other up. And, you know, one of the biggest things for you, or advice that I could give is just, you know, try to stay steadfast. Like, you know, if you're out of work, or, you know, you're just taking time off from work until this whole quarantine lets up, or, you know, you're stuck in the house, you're working from home. Like, I know it's a lot. You know, I know if you got kids, I know the kids are at home. I just know it's a lot. And, you know, people are being affected in different ways. either directly or indirectly. You know, everyone's kind of being affected here. So just stay prayerful, stay prayed up, guys, and just, you know, work on, you know, yourself right now. That is one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you. Just work on yourself, work on your health, work on your family, work on your relationships, or work on your side business, work on your hustle. Those things that you said, I just don't have enough time, you know, it's hard for me to get them done. Work on those things right now. Like right now is the opportunity. I mean, life kind of, sort of, kind of came to a stop, and in a way, in a sense, and you know, take this opportunity to catch up on those things that, you know, you once put on the back burner because you know, you didn't have the time. Now's the time. Now's the opportunity. You know, learn something right now. You know, come out of this quarantine better. Just come out of it stronger. Come out of it wiser. Read a book. Do something. Learn something. Learn something that you've always wanted to learn. You know, let's come out on top, and we will come out on top. So, stay blessed, guys, and yeah.